Everybody, Pink here. I've been informed that the audio on these is always really quiet, so I'm going to try to talk super loudly. So, you might have wanted to start knitting, and casting on seems intimidating. So you go online, and there's a video by Hobby Lobby that tells you that all you gotta do is cast on like this. You just make a loop, and make a loop, and make a loop, and it's nice and easy. Okay, but this when I taught knitting classes, I did not let people do this. This will lead you to destruction. You will fall apart when you do this. And that is because these loops don't have any sort of tensioning system. They're just loops. And so when you knit the first stitch, and now because you're looking up how to cast on, you're knitting for the first time. Shut up. So when you knit the first stitch, you get this little chain. And then when you knit the next stitch, it gets longer. And so if you use this to easily cast on 50 stitches or something, you're going to be SOL when you get to the end and your needles keep getting farther and farther and farther apart. You also can't get a very even edge with this. And most importantly, when you do the knit on cast on, and that's Discord, everybody's talking to me right now. Cast on, it preps you for the heck did I just say, phone? Preps you for how to do an actual knit stitch. So here we go. We're just going to skip these next stitches. And then at the end you have this slip knot that your instructions tell you to knit on. And now you have this as your edging. And that's ugly, and nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. So you thought it was exciting to knit, but now you think you can't knit because you did the easy cast on and now your first row of stitches. Do you mind? Your first row of stitches was difficult because you did the easy cast on. So, first things first, we're just going to real quick say, if you think that was easy, you should check out the long tail cast on, where you make a long tail, and then you just put the long tail around your thumb, put the other one around your other finger, like so. Jeez, the things. And then you do that. You will need to look up how to do it, but it has the same easy, relaxed style as doing the backwards loop cast on. But no, you very rarely find knitters who are hardcore knitters who enjoy doing the backwards loop cast on, but you think you're special and you want to do it anyway, don't you? I know you. I can see you right there. So we're going to talk real fast about how to use the backwards loop cast on properly. So if you need to cast on a small number of stitches, we're going to say 5. We're going to say 6. You need to cast on 6 stitches, and you really want to use the backwards loop cast on. Here's what you got to do. Your slip knot no longer counts as your first stitch. This is your slip knot. Then you do 6 backwards loops. 1, 2. See, I'm not good at it because I never do it. 4. So now you have not finished your cast on. This is not your first row. This is completing your cast on. You need to work these stitches to turn them into real loops. So instead of starting your pattern, you cast on the number of stitches, not counting your slip knot, which is different from a normal cast on where you do count the slip knot. So here's my 3. And you can see, since it's a small number of stitches and I'm being relatively tight with my knitting, how I can balance this tension because this center chain is not getting too long. But again, we're having tension issues because the backwards loops don't self-tension. They get too tight, they get too loose, and you can't figure out how to do it. You're a new knitter, you don't know how to control your tension. That's okay, you'll learn. So now I've knitted these stitches and I can undo my slip knot. Now I am ready to begin my pattern. So if you're real determined to do the backwards loop cast on, remember it's not as easy as just putting the loops on. The process is tie your slip knot, don't count it as your first stitch, put all the loops on you need, then knit that row. You have now completed the cast on and are ready to begin your pattern. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to hate it. And let's just do this real fast. Cat tax. Here's the cat.